everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching that earwax removal compilation video today. So we've got two patients in this compilation. Now this first patient, you can see the wax is just everywhere. It's kind of half out of the ear canal, it's kind of in the entrance, very soft and sticky here. Now I'm always a little bit more cautious with these kind of earwaxes because they tend to cover the ear canal walls. Every ear canal has two bends in, and those bends can appear at differing lengths and of different severities as you go in. So sometimes you'll be thinking, oh, I'll just go straight in and start clearing this wax out. But you've got to be really careful when you do that, because what you'll see here, as soon as we go into the ear canal, you can see the canal wall is directly in front of you. So there's quite a severe bend here just inside the ear canal. So we're just going to take away some of this softer, stickier wax here. What I'm doing is chipping away at the entrance of the canal, and the reason for that is at the moment we're not going to be able to get the endoscope in particularly deep, and we're going to need to get that endoscope in a little bit deeper to negotiate around the corner. So let's get this section gone first of all. You can see it's very, very thick and sticky. It's a bit like when we talk about this armadillo wax, this kind of the softer wax that forms in the center there. It's a bit like that wax all the way down. It's probably one of my least favorite ones to do, I gotta be honest. Only because when you're suctioning with this type of wax, you think you're getting a bit of movement, you think everything's coming away, and then it just breaks a little tiny piece off. It's quite a laborious task actually to get this type of wax out. You can see there's lots of sort of dry bits in there, so you get this kind of bit coming away, and then there'll be loads of soft stuff, and then you'll hit another dry patch. So the wax almost seems to change consistency quite a bit all the way through it. Now we can pop a little bit of olive oil in here, which is obviously going to help with the stickiness. I'm just clearing a path so I can get a good idea of which way, or not which way as much, but how much that bend is there on the ear canal, how severe it is. You can see lots of little bits all over the side of the suction. You just get lots of these little pieces that just go everywhere in here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit, I think we've popped a little bit, yeah we have, popped a little bit of olive oil in here. You'll see a little bit of redness as well to the ear canal there, just to the left hand side of the suction tube there, where this has been actually irritating the ear canal as well. It's a combination. Usually it's been irritating, but because this wax is quite soft, I would say more likely that this is actually where people are just getting desperate and putting all sorts in their ears to try and wiggle this wax along. And when I say all sorts, I've seen people recently and they've told me they've put nails in there, they've put, somebody told me they put the handle of a teaspoon in, so it's not just cotton buds and Q-tips, guys. There's any household appliance apparently works really well. Please don't do that, I was joking, please don't put anything in your ears, okay, especially not teaspoons. So you'll see that we're just starting to come away from the canal wall. It's this little bit here, it's really stuck on. I'm being a bit more cautious because it's really red underneath, so that's obviously irritated already. But I think that's the linchpin to this next piece of wax. I think that piece there is just holding it in place. So do you kind of press onto it, which could potentially cause the patient a little bit of discomfort, which is going to make it easier to get the next bit out? Or do we try and use what I like to call the snowball effect? So what we're going to do with that is grab hold of one side and pull it around. So you start rolling this. So imagine you're trying to build a snowman. You're rolling a little tiny bit of ball of snow in the snow. So as you're rolling that on, more sticks to it. And you can do that sometimes with earwax when it's particularly this sticky type. So let's see how this is going to, is that going to come away on the right hand side? It just does not want to budge, does it there? It's really, really stuck around that corner. Are we gonna, I don't think this ear canal is gonna look particularly pretty after this. I think it's gonna be very, very messy. Oh, now we're getting a look how that smoother section. I like to see those. If you've got smoother sections, it means you're obviously lifting off the canal wall because they tend to be a little bit smoother. It also means you can usuly get a bit of a better grip. Now, if the oil gets down in there and under that, we get this kind of sliding effect. I was supposed to say sliding and sledging was the other thing. I was because we use skin sled sometimes. So yeah, so you can use this kind of sliding or sledging effect where it'll just kind of slide across the surface of the ear canal. There you go, you've had snowballs, you've had sledging in this, goodness me. So there we are, it's all coming away very nicely. It's starting to draw down the canal really, really well. Let's see if I can draw this section forward. Is that going to take that little bit off? It's starting to move. There we go. There we are. Do you see what I mean about you start to get this bit of movement to it and you think, oh, the whole thing's going to come away. And then it just stalls and a little tiny wincy bit breaks off the front side. So you got to go back in a lot. It's like that a lot. You try and bring this down. And as soon as you get a grip, that piece you gripped onto detaches from the main bulk. And then you start to spread it. And that's what's happening here. If you don't get in there pretty quick and get out in one go, it starts to spread across the canal wall. And then you've got to go back in and unstick it all again. There we are. So you can see I'm using that technique where we go, I move little short kind of wiggling movements forwards. I just want to get the main bulk of this around the corner. There we go. And take a look behind that. There we are. It's all coming away really, really well. But now it's got a kind of sludgy and sticky. There we go. Brilliant. So all that's come away, so I can see the eardrum now. Now my advice to this patient now would be to pop a little bit of olive oil in there just to kind of tidy up the rest of this. It'll help to keep that a little bit looser. I just wanted to see if I could get this section off. But you can see how firmly stuck that is. And imagine the skin is red and irritated underneath. I'm trying not to touch it, but that's the only way I can do it. So my advice to this patient now, a little bit of olive oil in there. Give it a day or two just to settle down, a little bit of olive oil, and that's going to help to loosen those really sticky last bits coming away. Let's take a look. Back in again. Where are we going this time? Oh, just clearing that a little bit. I could see it was a little bit on the left-hand side canal wall there. There we are. So there's the eardrum there, looking a lot better. You can see it's a little bit dull, but it's a lot clearer in there. Now, this is the patient's other ear canal here. So let's see. Well, it might not be actually. This might be another patient thinking about it. I think this is, no, this is another patient actually. Right, so you can see here, everything else on the last one, the reason there was no ruler shot on that one, everything got sucked inside the tank. I can't speak today. Inside the tube and ended up in the tank. That's what I was trying to say. So there's no ruler shot for this one. Now this patient's come through, you can see look at the difference of these two sets of very dry, crumbly type of earwax here. Very small entrance to the ear canal though, with quite a wide piece of wax just inside. So I'm just gonna give this a bit of a wiggle out this, oh, there we go, out this coming. We're kind of coaxing this out the ear canal, there we go. And are we still going? There we go, out that pops. So there we go, that's looking a lot better. Let's take a look behind that. Well, we've cleared the ear drum and everything now, so let's just give this a quick hoover up. Just tidy these little pieces up around the outside edge. You can see a little bit of dry skin, a little bit of dry wax. There we go. Brill, and we've taken all that away, all those little crumbly bits come away. Let's have a look at the eardrum. Lovely and shiny, lovely squeaky clean ear canal, that one. So that's 1 centimetre there, just under 1/2 inch. We're going to call that one. I'm not going to be too specific on that, that's fine. So just under 1/2 inch. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did voicing it over. I hope you enjoyed these videos while I'm away. As always guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye everyone.